Welcome. That's right. It's Wednesday night, which means D&D night. I'm Brad, aka Baz, or one half of the Baz and Bigley dynamic duo. And tonight we're going to be continuing on with the work that we started last week in our city encounter. So I hope you'll come along with me for the ride. We're going to continue to build this out, but this time we're going to be adding NPCs, baddies, everything that we need to actually make this a playable combat encounter. And that means we're also going to be importing it into Roll20, which is our virtual tabletop, in order to get this in front of our players, hopefully in the near future. So, won't you come along with me as we get started at the bar, as always, right this way. Yes, there we go. Now that is the action we're looking for right here. It's been a great week. How has your week been? Please do tell me about it. I'm excited to hear. Don't be shy, but of course, if you want to lurk, you want to hang out, you want to just support the channel with the view, then by all means, please feel free. No pressure. But it's a lot more fun if you join us in the conversation, I believe. So, we're still kind of getting our head around the whole Facebook thing, which has been a lot of fun. We've actually met a lot of really great people on Facebook. So hello, if you're coming at us from that end of the world, we're happy to have you today. Don't forget to throw a thumbs up, share, like the stream, follow the channel. I will give you a custom crafted musical anthem. That's right, a song made just for you in the moment. Sometimes it's amazing. Sometimes it's semi-amazing. But we always have a good time, don't we? So I'd love to hear about your week. Tell me a little bit about how it's going before we get started here. Let's get the countdown fired up so we know. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I usually ignore it anyway. But there we go, 5 minutes on the clock. Just to get a little bit of warm-up going. Let's get the chat started. Talk a little bit about what we're going to do tonight. So the last time let me see. Yeah, the last time I was working on this, we imported the map into the Master's Toolkit, which is what you see here before you. Yes. Make sure things are cooking. Thank you for joining us. By the way, we had a lot of people jump on board with the channel this week, and it really means a lot. We're excited. Steph and I always have a really great time playing video games, talking about TTRPGs, all things in between, but it is made tremendously and infinitely better when you're here with us. So thank you in advance. How's your week going? The beauty of being on hump day is that we have the ability to kind of do a midweek check-in, which is fun. Let's get the word out to some friends. Why don't we? Yes, Dr. Feargood. Hello. Look who it is. How's it going, Fear? How's your week going? Are you doing okay, man? Keeping it together. Playing some games, I hope. And having an awesome time doing it. It's nice to see you, my friend. It has been a minute, hasn't it? Keeping busy? Keeping together and safe, well, that is the key, really, isn't it? That is the key. Staying warm? What's the weather like where you are, Fear? Let me see. I'm going to try and get this thing. Cold, 25 degrees. Brr. No bueno. It's not too bad here where we are. It was chilly. It was really cold today. Actually, the last couple of days we had a lot of snow. which I'm not particularly fond of. But tis what tis, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's pretty serious, man. That's no messing around. Yeah, but it was it's been nice though. It's not been bad. It hasn't been like blistering windy or too uncomfortably cold. Yeah, so no real complaints. Can't complain too much anyway. I mean, who's gonna listen to you anyway if you just complain all the time? So we try and avoid it. We try and just keep our head down and wait for the snow to end. That's the key for me anyway. I'm just messing around with the dashboard on Facebook because I wanted to try a couple of things. Yeah, Sila, hello, Movical. What's going on? It's been a while. Hey, we got a lot of old schoolers coming on back to the fold. How you doing today? Good to see you. Welcome aboard. Will this poll work? Here we go. I'm going to activate this poll on Facebook Live because that's fun. And see if we get some answers, gang, if you're watching this on the Book of Faces. Check out that poll. Give it a click. Let me know if it works. I don't know. We're just messing around a little bit. It's been a while. October was the last time I tuned in. Well, welcome back, Movical. We've kept a stool at the bar warm for you. I know the countdown has completed. Sila, doing okay. Feeling good. It's Wednesday night. We're talking D&D. I'm streaming. I'm live, alive, and online. What could be wrong? Nothing, I tell you. Nothing. Yeah, there's a not really sure. Okay, I'm just playing around with buttons. I'm pushing buttons. I probably shouldn't be. Bad things happen when I start pushing buttons and doing things and stuff. Well, we're gonna get this out here. There we go. There are a lot more buttons, bells, and whistles on the old Book of Faces. So trying to do it right, you know. Oh my goodness, learning a whole new platform. It's always fun. Fudge brownies with cheese cream icing. Wow, I mean cream cheese icing, right? Subtle difference, but where's this pole I talked about? Is that the North Pole, sir? Is it the North Pole you're referring to, sir? All right, the countdown has concluded, and I put it up there for 5 minutes. It doesn't really have any authority here. It doesn't matter. What does matter is that we are going to be working on some combat encounters in the city. We're going to finish the work we did last week, and this time we're actually going to complete the baddies. We're going to add them to the map, and we're going to import the whole damn thing right into Roll20. So, won't you come with me on this little ride we call the D&D Megastream? Let's do it! I don't know how any of this works, man. I don't know. I just show up, I push buttons. You know, I'll spend a solid hour getting ready for stream, and it doesn't matter whether I take 30 minutes or I take 60 minutes. When I go live, I'm still like, why? What do the buttons do? But you know what? We'll get there. We'll get there together. Tonight, I know what I'm focused on now, though, and tonight it's going to be the Dungeons and or the Dragons. So, like I said, last time we were developing this combat encounter, where our characters are going to emerge from the sewers of Hillsfar. Funny story. We returned to my home game, which is now an online home game with home friends. And last night, and I remember when I was prepping this encounter, I built this big, beautiful sewers map. It was a dungeon delve. And they hadn't really done a proper dungeon delve, like a proper dungeon crawl. So I built this dungeon crawl around the Hillsfar sewers. And as I was doing it, I did it live on stream, and I remember specifically saying that the only way this can go wrong is if they just bypass the entire dungeon and just go straight to the end goal, and then rather than exploring the rest of the sewers, they just leave and head back to the surface. So DMs of the world, players of the world, what do you think happened? What do you believe happened? I think I've already given it up. What happened was they, of course, went straight to the end goal. They took a path that went straight to the end, beat the big bads, had a couple of little encounters, and then left the sewers the way they came. They experienced maybe 15% of the dungeon, and they're just in and out. But that's the way it rolls, right? You can't. There's nothing to be gained by forcing your players into a specific encounter or engagement or experience, right? The beautiful thing about TTRPG and D&D is that players can do or try essentially anything they want. And if we don't protect that, then we remove the magic of making it their story, right? So, as DMs, occasionally we have to just deal with the reality that eventually, and sometimes often, our players might just circumvent all the hard work that we've done. But I don't regret it. Cheers to the players. No matter. We can gain nothing by lamenting the past. Right? So, we'll stay focused on the future. There was what we missed last time was actually taking the map that we created and exporting it out to Roll20 so that we can actually bring it into our game. So we went through this process. We established who the bad guys were. We established the narrative around the combat. So this lieutenant of the Nightingale, Kestrel, is going to coerce the players into this alley to ambush. And there's no real way to avoid this. Her goal is going to be to position the ambush so that she can catch or corner her quarry. So that's going to be her goal in this exchange. We know the types of characters that we're dealing with. We know the types of ambushers or combatants that we're dealing with. And we just wrote out some of their stats here very quickly and some of the specifics around each one. So we're actually going to build the stat blocks for those in Roll20, which is our virtual tabletop. I have the player's handbook up here right now, but that's not really, we're not doing anything with that. I'm going to zoom in, though, because my OCD is going to be triggered there. Okay. So what we're going to do is jump into, let me see. I'll show you Roll20 here. I have, where are you? There we go. Just to make sure that this all works, we're going to pop into the game. If you're not familiar with Roll20 and you have questions about running D&D in a virtual tabletop, then by all means, perhaps we can take a look at that at some time. Or at some point, rather. But if you have any questions about Roll20, by all means, don't hesitate to ask them in chat. I'd love to answer your questions if you have any questions or tips about anything that we're doing here as we go through the virtual tabletop and start to build this out. I am all game for that as well. So this is Roll20. Effectively, what we're doing, this is the sewer dungeon that I was talking about. So this is the actual dungeon in the game. So this is in the tool. We see the characters are over here. This was one part of the exchange. And then they made their way all the way back out here. There was an exchange or an encounter with some giant crocodiles on their way out. And then they left. So everything that is shaded, all this other stuff and these other encounters, that's what they bypassed. So they just skipped it all. Isn't that crazy? But, like I said, c'est la vie. It happens. We're going to come back to this, though, because we're not going to do it just yet. First, we're going to jump into our map editor, which is the Arkenforge Master's Toolkit. All right. And I'm actually going to try to... Okay, last time, the mistake that I made that I realized is that I exported this map with a grid, and I didn't want to do that. So the first thing we're going to do is try and correct that, which means I got to pull this down and try and replace it with a new image. The difference, though, is everything else, the walls and everything, are actually, let me do it this way, already created. So all this stuff is already there, and I don't want to have to redo that, right? So we've got this saved. I think what I'm going to try to do is... Oh, I realize that is... that is Roll20 playing music in the background, so let me stop that real quick. But it says nothing's playing. There we go. Good game, Roll20. Well done, man. There we go. Get out of here. It's not about you, Roll20. It's not about you tonight. Yeah, so we're going to try and see if we can correct that. But for that, we need to launch the first part of my map making suite, which is Flowscape. Here we go. I love doing it on the new gaming computer because it loads up so freaking fast. There we go. And while we're doing that, let's jump into the map making screen like so. All right. So as we're cooking up Flowscape here, this is the first half of the map making suite. This is where I make the photorealistic maps, the photorealistic terrain, the exteriors. Mova called it's past midnight. Well, thank you very much for swinging in to say hello. Mighty Lighties, hello there. Hello and welcome. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping in. Mova called, rest well, my friend. Good to see you again. Don't be a stranger now. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Hopefully I didn't scare you away. I'm not that scary, okay? But we always have a good time, that's for sure. And part of that last time, we're not doing anything with all these elephants. We're going to go ahead and load the map that we saved last time, which was the one that we're going to try to... I'll show you what I did wrong last time, actually. As we bring this map back up. Okay. So this is the top-down view of the map that we created last time. I'll show you... Let's go ortho. So what we did last time is we exported it with the grid up, and that's not what we want to do. So very simply, all we're going to do is we're going to get back in, we're going to frame this up. And this won't take too long, but it will make a huge difference in the quality of the map once we bring it into Roll20. Again, if you have any questions about this, don't be shy. Go ahead and ask. Any thoughts, any feedback, I would greatly appreciate and welcome it. All right, we're going to take a snap of that. Oh, shit. That's not what I want to do. Crap. Now, because we moved it, we need to take a picture again. All right. Okay. And we're just going to scroll up to the top of the map. Frame that up the same way we would take a picture. There we go. And now we should be okay to actually quit out of this. I have to remember where those go. All right, in the back end, you guys can't see this, but right now what I'm doing is I'm just locating where those files are saved because this is a Steam app, so it saves to the Steam library. Noonlight, wait, we will always wait for you, my friend. How's it going, dude? Feeling good tonight? There it is. Steam apps. Common. Flowscape. Watch out. 19.2, 46, 19.2, 3. Which one of these is the... It's going to be these two, I think so. Alright, Archiforge.
Yeah, I just wanna go so crazy. I just wanna be a freak. Yeah, I just wanna rise to the top. Yeah, I just wanna go reach the peak. So I've been really well focused on success. Hey, y'all will see. Yeah, you won't see that I will get it. Cause I'm really focused, man. I make it with the rap and I just follow my path. I just follow my passion. To me, this is what's precious. Yeah, in my soul, man, I can feel it. So every single verse, man, I just gotta go and kill it, man. I gotta be the
just bear with me a quick sec, gang, while I do the stuff in the back end, and then I'll show you how we're gonna import all this good stuff. Okay. Get rid of that. I'm here. What's good? Do you like tactics games? Noonlight, I do actually. I love tactics games. Depends on the game, of course, but generally, I would say yes, absolutely. All right, we're gonna try and see if we can finagle this a little bit. So on the bright side, this is what it looks like immediately when we bring a new map into Archiforge. It goes like so. So the first thing I do is just draw a guide. This we're going to delete, but it just needs to be... I know that the map we did is 28 by 28, so we're just going to do 28 square. And then we're going to import from the... Oh, I did? Nice. Was smarter than I thought. We're going to bring in ambush 1. Okay. And then we're going to bring in ambush 2. Okay. We're going to bring in ambush 2, and we're going to just move this down. Oops, no. So slightly. This is the okay. Now we're going to change the opacity, or the opacity, I guess, so that we can line this up a little bit more closely. Why did that happen? because this one is on top, I think.
First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. Oh, ooh, the way that things have been. Oh,
That's why.
second thing, second, don't you tell me what to do.
This is a DMCA playlist, and that song is definitely copyrighted, so I don't know what the F that's all about. Cool. Let's not aim for a takedown tonight. That'd be cool. The fuck, man? Okay. Have I played Wargroove? I have not, my friend. Tell me of this Wargroove. There we go. All right. So now we're just going to, now that we've got the map sorted out, we're going to change this back to 100. All right, and there is our map, an exact replica of the former. I'm going to merge these. And then we're going to move them up one level rather. All right, so now this looks a little bit messed up because, well, it's on top of another map. But you can see that the map that we were using has a grid, and we don't want that. So that's why we're doing what we're doing right now. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to change the opacity. And now we're just going to try and line this up in exactly the same way that we had below. All right. I'm going to need to change the size again. Just going to try and see if we can line this up. Okay. We're going to drop this down to the terrain layer. I'm going to delete this one. All right. And now, hopefully, we can get rid of this. There we go. Now we have one proper grid, which is exactly what we want. I don't know why. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Done. There we go. There we go. That should line up perfectly. Looks pretty good. I don't know if we want to. We can slide these around a little bit now and line it up a little bit better. Because now the other ones don't really matter. Now we can do whatever we want. Absolute freedom. All right, we'll lock that. And now we can change the grid settings. There we go. Just so we can better see. I think we'll go black here. Yeah. Black's a little bit more clean. There we go. And now each of these squares represents 5 feet on the board. So now this is pretty much ready to go. We can export this and actually bring it into Roll20, ready to play. It's on Steam. It has co-op. I think you'd like it, but I think you can create your own map and maybe even your own campaign with events and dialogue and everything. Really? Wargroove, hey? On Steam and Switch, but I'm planning on getting it for Steam. By the co-op, bros, because they mentioned a bunch. Yeah, sure. Yeah, send it over, dude. I'd love to know about it. Sounds like a plan. Gang, welcome. If you're just joining me, feel free to please, kindly, throw me a thumbs up, share the stream, help us get the word out, bring more wonderful friends into the fold. Very much appreciate it. Yeah, that sounds cool, Noon. Let's check it out, my dude. All right, now, let me see if I remember how to export this. First of all, we're going to save it. And we need to export it. And we are going to do a selection, which I believe just does it exactly like this. I think we are actually going to... it occurred to me that I actually want to I wonder if I can just select everything. I don't think I can. I was hoping that we could actually... I don't know if I can move everything over. Yeah, okay. Typically, I'd want to line it up with the graph as much as I can, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do that, so... Let's try this again. We are going to do the selection, but it's gonna lock to the grid. So let's just try and crop out the ends. There we go. I don't like that either. Let's try this. Export selection. All right, yeah, because I don't want to. I want to get the whole thing, so we'll just do that. That's fine. Note to self. There's a Roll20 preset, which helps us out a lot, so that's good. There we go, Hills for Ambush, okay. And that's it, we just export it out, it's super easy. And then we can actually, yeah, let's exit out. Okay. Now we're gonna jump into Roll20 right here. Doing that. Polyhedral, what is up? Oh my goodness, you are too kind, my friend. Too kind indeed. Welcome, good to see ya. Yes, thank you, New Life, for the link. I appreciate it. Yeah, let's take a look at for guys later. Thank you very much. Yeah, on the Discords. Sounds incredible. Thank you for the like, John. Welcome. Good to see you. Thank you very much for helping us like the stream. Get the word out. Doing the thing. Yeah. Much appreciated. Thank you. And welcome. We're building. We were and are continuing to build this encounter. But for some reason, I don't know why. I don't know why it's showing that. That's not how this should be showing at all, actually. Oh, I know why. Jerp, because in the wrong overlay, like a jerp. There we go. That's better. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Spiff, what's good? Long time indeed, my friend. Welcome back. Good to see you. We're just starting to vibe, y'all. Yes. All right, so next up, we're going to bring... Oh, John, welcome. Thank you very much for the follow. We have a little tradition here on the Baz and Bigley channel. That tradition states what, chat? It states that every follower, every new inductee to the Baz and Bigley Big League gets a song. That's right, a custom anthem. This one's for you, John. Yeah, welcome John to the big leagues. We're so glad you found the crew and me on a Wednesday while we craft dungeon to torment our friends. Yeah, welcome John, thank you. We got a lot going on now with you. Yes, welcome to the Baz and Bigley Big Leagues. You're part of an amazing group of tabletop gaming, video gaming enthusiasts, aficionados, and gurus, and most importantly, the best damn community the world over. Made better by your presence here today, John. Thank you very much for joining the Baz and Bigley Big Leagues. We're glad to have you. Thank you for your follow, my friend. If you are new, don't hesitate to speak up if you have any thoughts, ideas, questions. We're quite an active bunch here indeed. Vegas, welcome Vegas, making the transfer over to Baz and Bigley. Vegas met me on the Squad State channel where I stream in the mornings playing the Cyberpunk. Indeed. Spiffy, what happened to Shambazzle users? So I still go by Shambazzle Games Baz, but Baz and Bigley, this is part of the rebrand we did a couple of weeks ago. It better represents what Steph and I do together online now. So she's become a much bigger part of the show, of our content. And this is the new identity moving forward, which I think speaks better to that. So it was a long, careful process, but this is it represents more of like a lifestyle gaming content that we're building. So I hope that's okay. I'm prop stealing this just so you knew. Prop stealing what? Yeah, that's right. That's how we do it. All right, let's get into Roll20 so we can start to build this stuff up. Oh, why? Do your own thing, man. It's all good. I'm not the only person who sings on the internet. All right, so on Roll20, I might be a little bit rusty with this as well. So what we're going to do, create a new page. It is going to be... let me see if I can remember how to do this. Oh my god, it's been a very long time. The grid is supposed to be 70 by 70. What is the actual map? Where does it go? I don't remember where all this stuff goes, actually. It's a phrase I learned in massage therapy school. Feel it and steal it. Oh, boy. Sorry, guy. I'm trying to rehash the steps to do this in my mind. It has been a very long time indeed. Nope. Where the hell did that go? And of course I closed the program. That would have otherwise told me where it went. Where did it go? Where are you? I wonder. Where the hell did it go? Huh. Is it this one? Oh, it is. No. Is it? Yeah. Okay, I might have to reopen the software and figure out where it plunked that map at. Okay. I made the map, I exported it, and now I don't know where it went. Okay, you know what? Let's put ourselves out of our misery here. I'm just gonna fire it up again. Might just take a quick minute. But we can banter, we can discuss while we're going through this. No, thank you. Try turning it off and on and off again. Indeed. This should load up fairly quickly. So it'll just be a minute for us to figure out where the hell those maps went so that we can actually bring them into Roll20. Where it belongs. I don't know why this shit isn't updating. What else is new? We're having a lot of technical issues tonight, so that's a little bit frustrating. I see what's going on. That's okay. All right, it's showing me my most recent Twitch follower, and that's okay. That's okay. Good, we'll just leave it. I'm not going to play around with it. This is a demonstration of how long it takes Arkenforge to load up, because all that sweet, sweet goodness takes time to get fired up. You know what I mean? I was going to play Genshin Impact tonight. Maybe I should have done that. Maybe we should have just gone with some gaming. This is gaming. Who am I kidding? This is the upper echelon of gaming. You know what? I just realized, because I'm a giant idiot. Oh my god. So I had the window where it ported it out to open the whole freaking time. It was just buried underneath stream windows. So anyway, I'm glad that I went through the demonstration of starting up Master's Toolkit. Let's get back to the workshop. Oh my god. Unbelievable. Okay. Now, let's see. Now we can do this properly. Sorry, gang. I don't know what is going on tonight. I'm just kind of rolling with it. I'm just trying to keep it together. 1960 by 1960. That's what I was looking for. All that to figure out the dimensions of the map. 1960 by 1960. Roll20 sometimes does some funky things when you size a new map like this. So it just, right, it does that little, like, this weird cropping thing. So I just pull it up and down until take it easy, chat. I pull it up and down until it stops flipping like that. And then we can go ahead and drag the map over, and we'll see that load. It does take a little while to load. One of my kind of beefs about Roll20 is the fact that it does take a little bit longer. Like, it's kind of clunky to work with. I'm not gonna lie. I ran a poll amongst the community last week. We got over 100 votes, so it was a pretty good sample on whether or not people preferred, or what virtual tabletop people typically preferred. And we're done. There we go. And for the most part, people generally preferred Roll20 as their VTT of choice. I don't mind Roll20. It's gotten me through, a lot. We've done a lot with it. I'm going to make a subfolder here. We're going to call it City, because we might be able to reuse this at some point. So, and then I'm going to pull this up here under City. So it's going to sit in our... There we go. Just helps organize things a little bit. And then we're going to pull it right over here. Yeah, so I like Roll20. We're going to undo that, actually, because it brought it in as a token. I don't mind Roll20. I'm just comfortable with it, but it's not my favorite VTT. So I've been playing around with Fantasy Grounds, but a lot of people seem to like Roll20. It tends to be the first one that a lot of people are introduced to when they're looking for a virtual tabletop or a virtual setting to play and participate in TTRPGs. So I guess it stands to reason that most people are most familiar with it. So we're just gonna size this out. Pretty simple, like drag and drop here. We don't have to worry too much about it fitting exactly on the grid, but I think I might just stretch it a little bit so it's cleaner. And then we can do this. There we go. All right. Oh shit, did I exported this with the graph from Arkenforge because it was so damn rusty. But anyway, this will give you an idea of what it looks like.
Drag and drop?
Oh my goodness. Polyhedral with the bitch here. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Just the most well known. Oh, Roll20 is? Absolutely. Yeah, that's right. So it occurred to me, I gotta stop exporting these images with grids on them. and I export it. You see this? We have this like double grid thing kind of happening. Now, Roll20 does have this align to grid feature, which never fucking works, by the way. But let's try it anyway. So click and drag and create a box the size of 3x3 grid cells on the map background you're using. So we want to pick on the one that's baked into the grid, which is right here. There's 3x3. So there's our grid, right? And by rights, this should align the grid when we let go of it. So that just tells Roll20 where the hard-coded grid is and what size it is. Let's see. Looks like your grid cells are X by X. Let's just try and align it to the grid. Okay. It actually didn't suck this time. Fine. Fine. I'll eat my words. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. There we go. Can't believe that worked. That literally, in all my years of playing in Roll20, that's the first time that function has ever worked. So maybe they made some updates. We'll give them some credit there. Oh my god. So now we've got our map imported into the game. We don't have to worry too much about these the margins here that are kind of left out, because all that's going to be covered by Fog of War. As far as our players are concerned, when they see this, all they're going to see is this is all going to be shrouded. So I'll show you what that looks like. We're going to hide everything here. We will add a Fog of War. There we go. Yeah, I don't care about dynamic lighting. I've never used it, so we're not about to start now. So anything that is darkened here, all my players are going to see is this this shaded part. And then what I can do is, as they're playing through the encounter, I will simply reveal to them a square-like shape like this, basically. Right, so then they'll be able to see that. Why did it just undo that? It will let me undo something, but it won't let me redo something. It's good times. All right, let's see if we can get lucky with this advanced, the align to grid thing again. Oh my god. Let's see if we can get this to work for us twice in a row. After this never working for me in about 3 years of using Roll20. Let's see if we can get it to actually work. Again, 2 times in a row. Well, it gave us different dimensions, but so be it. Cover that back up. Did it work? Yeah, I think it did. Well, all right then. Just fine, just fine. Realistically, because it's an outdoor map, I probably won't. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. First of all, let's do Hillsfar. Okay. So the first thing I want to do actually is we're going to open all of this. So now we're actually going to remove the Fog of War. And I'm just going to cover up the buildings because realistically they just haven't been into the buildings yet. That's all, right? So let's see. Okay, it won't do that, so we're gonna have to do it this way. We're just gonna leave the Fog of War on. We're gonna reveal the whole map. And now I should be able to just hide the map. So now this should work. It's probably not a bad practice, actually, because it's going to have the other... it's going to have the borders, those like the plain white paper of the grid. It's going to be covered now, so that's probably not a bad thing either. All right. So now when my players come in, these will all be covered with black boxes, so they won't be able to see what's in the what's in these buildings. Realistically, there's not much for them there, to be honest, but there are some things happening on top of the roofs, and we don't really want to show our hand there just yet, so. All right. Where are my notes? Let's see. Okay, so we need Kestrel, who's kind of the big bad here. So I'm going to pull up my stat block for her. Where the hell is my stuff now? I'm just spazzing out here. I don't know how anything works anymore. Here we go. Source books. Here it is. Okay. I moved everything over to a new computer and I reorganized all my folders. And by reorganize, I mean move things to places where I can't find them anymore. All right, here we go. This is the module now. Like I said, it's barely the module anymore. I've completely rewritten most of it to suit my party, to give them a bit more of a customized experience. And in here, though, this one creature, this encounter is kind of like one of the last encounters from the actual book. So I am going to stick with the stat block for Kestrel at least. If they gave me one, maybe they didn't give me one. They definitely should have, though. Yeah, here we go. All right, so here's the stat block for Kestrel. We're going to actually build her into Roll20, which means I'm probably going to pull this out just so I can see it and reference it. But I'll show you how we're going to do that as well. First things first, we need to create this creature in Roll20. So what we do is we go over here. We're going to create an NPC. It's going to be a character. This is going to be Kestrel, because I don't think I've already done this. If I leave it, if I don't fill out any of these, it will put her under my control by default, which is what we want, obviously. It's going to be an NPC. So the name is Kestrel. All right. Name is Kestrel. Armor class 17. She is a medium human. Armor class is 17. She wears +1 studded leather. She has 84 hit points. We'll go with the base. I usually like to roll these, actually. But you know what? Yeah, I usually like to roll these, but I'm going to have to get a dice roller for that on stream. Or I'm going to have to pre-roll some of these and then put them in. I like being able to show how we do it. 13d8 plus 26 is her hit die. 13d8 plus 26. She has movement of 30 feet, which is pretty standard. So 30 feet. 11 dex. So her abilities in order from strength to charisma is 11, 18, 14, 11, 16, 18. So 11, 18, 14. Oh, shit. 11, 18, 14. Right? 11, 18, 14, 11, 16, 18. 11, 16, 18. All right. Now, when I drop out of this, it will add all of the bonuses for me when we complete this. When we commit it, it's actually smart enough to add those bonuses from the character sheet. So we know that an 18 is +4. We know that 14 is +2. But it's going to add those automatically, which is a nice perk. It just takes some of the heavy lifting out for us. It doesn't leave all that heavy lifting to us. So one of the good things about VTTs is really that automation is a strong perk for sure. Because the less heavy lifting we have to do, the more we can focus on the game and a little bit less on the prep. She has, let's see, saving throws are Dex 7, Int 13, and Int 3, Charisma 4, Wisdom +3. So Dex 7, Int 3. Let's see, Dex +7, Int +3. Charisma 4, Wisdom 3. Wisdom 3, Charisma 4. All right. She's skilled in acrobatics at 7. You know what? I'm going to move this out just so I don't have to keep flipping back and forth. There we go. All right. She has skill in acrobatics worth 7. She has, after that, athletics. Her athletics is 3. Deception 7. Perception 3. Performance +10. Sleight of hand +7. And stealth is +7. All right. No damage vulnerabilities. She is challenge rating 5. She has a passive perception of 16. That means her ability to sense when things are near without actually trying. It's just her passive perception, exactly as it sounds. She speaks Common, Elvish, Goblin, Thieves' Cant, and that's it. Challenge level 5, challenge rating 5 rather. Which makes it worth 1,800 experience points if they defeat her. And then she has a number of abilities like Cunning Action. Always whisper rolls to the GM for NPCs. Don't auto roll. Show name in rolls. That's great. Okay, now we can close this and we'll see all that information we just populated right here. So now's the fun part. We get to put in like her actions, her weapons, things like that. Now these are her special abilities. So, she has Cunning Action. And I'm just going to short form this so I can reference it really quickly in the moment. Cunning Action lets you use a bonus action. It's a bonus to dash, disengage, or hide. And if you guys have any questions on what any of these by all means, don't hesitate to ask me. I know it can be a little bit confusing. There's a lot of information on screen already, so... She has evasion, which means she can on effect that requires Dex save. 0 damage on a success. Half on a fail. And that's just my short form, so I know what I'm talking about. She's a loot expert. She has advantage on charisma performance checks when performing with a loot. And then she has sneak attack, which is 1 per turn. And we know what sneak attack does. If there's a friendly ally within 5 feet or melee range of your target, you gain an additional 4d6 or an additional damage, but we do need to know that her sneak attack is 4d6. So she's going to be pretty badass. There we go. So there are her special abilities. Now let's talk about her regular attacks. Oh, she also has Uncanny Dodge. Actually, that is not... Here we go. I think that's in here, actually. Has reactions. Yes, has reactions. So we're going to say has reactions. That's going to add the reaction section here. Her reaction ability is Uncanny Dodge. And that just means in D&D combat, there is an action economy. So, Doge. There's an action economy. So every player, when it comes to their turn, has an action, a bonus action, a reaction, and movement. And then there are free actions, which basically just calling out to a teammate or little things that, according to your DM, don't really take enough time to significantly impact what they can do in that turn. So an action is usually your main thing, like your attack is the most popular action. Bonus attack usually are quick actions that are associated with your actions, like an offhand attack or casting certain spells, things like that. Reactions are things that you take when something else happens. So they're predicated on something occurring that allow you to then take that reaction. For example, a counterattack or a shield spell. In this case, Uncanny Dodge allows her to use her reaction when she's hit by an attack. She can half the damage taken from that attack. So she can use this once per turn. So it is limited, which it has to be, or she would just half damage everything. So we're going to say this is... Whoops. We're going to make this 1 per turn. No, according to this, actually, she can do it any time. We'll see. That sounds a little OP to me, but can reduce all incoming damage by half if she can see the attacker. That's pretty... I mean, she should be pretty powerful. She's kind of a big bad, so that's not silly. It's just pretty badass. All right. Let's get down to her regular attack. She does have multi-attack, so I always put this here. Multi-attack. And then I say, let's see, can makes 3 times rapier attacks. All right. And her rapier, let's see, is +7 to hit. It's melee, 5-foot reach. It's +7 to hit. Sorry, just 7 is fine, I think. It deals 1d8 + 4, 1d8 damage. It's piercing damage. It's going to be 1d8 + 4. I just want to make sure that that is not also adding... Okay, 7. Good. All right. And I just want to make sure it doesn't add... Yeah, okay. It doesn't already add her other bonuses. All right, that's all she has is the rapier, and that is it. So now her stat block is complete. This is what we'll pull out when we actually are using her to fight with, and we want to add a token for her. So here's how we're going to do that. I have a token sheet. This basically holds all of my tokens. I'm going to import... minis. going. Just try. I'm just gonna scroll through these. We're gonna find something that kind of looks like a female bard is effectively what we're looking for. There we go. This works actually. Okay, you'll see her in just a moment. There she is. We're going to rename her as Kestrel. And we're going to add her to the minis, creatures. Thought I had another. Orc skills. Okay. BBEG is which stands for Big Bad Evil Guys. I'm just gonna put her in there because it's kind of where she belongs, really. All right. And we'll bring her over to the token sheet. You just put her anywhere. There we go. All right. And then we want to add her to represents Kestrel. There we go. We want her red bar to be her hit points. There we go. And what do I usually, is it green? What do I use for AC? Nice. Green, okay. So the green bar is going to be AC. Good. Save that. There we go. And then we're going to bring up her character sheet. It's a little bit involved, but humanoids, humans, etc. Bandit captain. I thought I had big bads in here as well. I'm gonna put her under NPCs actually. Oh, bosses we have actually. I should have put her under bosses. There we go. Okay. Yeah. All right. And Pot, what's up? That croc reminds you of the one from the animated Peter Pan. It is a giant crocodile. Funny story. Last night, if you don't do what I showed earlier and just make sure that you always whisper rolls to the GM, I accidentally had those crocodiles over here, and they were I can't speak and think at the same time. So they were over here, and I rolled stealth for them, and I didn't have whisper rolls to GM, and what happened was, here's the thing that I tweeted out today, actually. It's right here. I rolled stealth for it because the characters couldn't see it yet. So the idea is these things are lurking below the water. The characters don't know they're there. So I roll a stealth roll for the crocodile, and what happens? It posts the result in general chat for the game. So my players are there. They're coming through this. They haven't seen anything yet. And suddenly I rolled this and it pops up. It says stealth giant crocodile. And it blew my whole damn thing. Like I said, I'm rusty, okay? And I paid the ultimate price yesterday. Okay, let's get back to work here. So now we have Kestrel done. We can bring her into the map like so. And according to our notes, let's just take a quick look here. of the city's building. From the alley alongside of the tavern comes the following lyrics. So she's going to be somewhere in here. She is going to be hidden. This is the diamond in the dung, by the way. So she's going to be kind of here up on top of this plateau, this platform here. We're also going to move her to the GM layer because my players can't see her when they enter. So that's it. That's where she is. That's where she goes. Next up, we have to do the Iron Shadows. And I think we have these already created. They're tough, but they're not too tough. But there's a lot of them. So that's why, I'm fortunate that these are already done. So we have all the hobgoblins, her kind of underlings, her henchmen, if you will, or henchfolk. We want to be inclusive of our monsters here. So we can just drag those in. They're already pre-made. So if I click on, let's say, the Hobgoblin Iron Shadow, we can see their stats just like I just did with Kestrel. So they're all complete. They're all done. And that's where we're going to pull these in from. Let me close that out. Okay, now we need to know how many there are. So in my notes, I'm checking again. There are 7 Hobgoblin Iron Shadows in the alleys. A, B, C, and D. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. Let's just stage an ambush. So we have 7 Hobgoblin Iron Shadows to play with. We're going to put these... The trick is to make sure these are not linked. One, two. Maybe there are a couple in these hidden alcoves. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 6. There's 5 and 6. And let's do 7 from back here. Right? All right, so let me select all of these. And we're going to put these on the GM layer as well. The GM layer just means only I can see them. Okay. All right, and then we have archers. There are 7 human archers. Do we already do human archers? We might be able to fudge this by just having bandits. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to have bandits, and we're going to use the bandit stat block, and we are going to give them a... that's a lot of hit points for bandits. These are just kind of mercs. The secret lair, indeed. Hawkmere, welcome. Good evening. How you doing? Welcome back. Good to see you, my friend. Happy Wednesday to you. Hawkmere. What's good, buddy? How's your day going? How's life treating you today? All right, let me see here. Oh, I want to test something here really quickly. Bear with me for a moment, folks, won't you? Won't you just a moment? Sit tight, sit tight, sit tight. Here we go. I'm feeling this vibe, though. How are you guys doing for the music? Is the music okay? Any requests? Oh, why did that happen? I'm just kidding. I can't actually take requests because they will take down my videos because I don't like it. I got a badge from the FP side of things, which surprises you. Interesting. Why? Huh. Strange. I got this. Oh, man. So how did that happen? I mean, I think you deserve it anyway. But what caused that, I wonder? Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these guys. We want to craft some archers. Do we have? We have goblin archers. This is what we'll do. Yeah. Okay. I wonder if we can duplicate this. I'm going to I'm going to cheat. We're going to just use the Goblin Archer stat block that you see up here. And we're just going to temporarily change the token. And we're going to use a Human Archer for it. So let's see. What do we got here for Human Archers? There we go. There's a Human Archer. There's a Human Archer. Yeah, we got a few options here. Let's see. How can we... think for a second here. Okay. Okay, first I want to test something. I just want to make sure I haven't accidentally linked these, so if they lose health, that they don't all lose health. Okay, good. That's good. What's that, 32? What I'll usually do, I like some variation in the stats for my creatures, so I don't all give them all the same amount of hit points. You know what I mean? So what we'll do is we will just got a notification you're a top fan. Yes, I added you to, and I think that's well earned. There you go. Thank you, Anpod. Appreciate it. I'm going to add some variation to the health pools of these things. So right now they're all at like 32, which is the average. So I'll just plus minus like 5 or 6 hit points just to give them some deviation. So I don't want my players to know like, okay, these things have 32 hit points each, so we need to do X amount of damage, because it just inspires them to meta, and we don't want that. So we have archers who are on the rooftops here. We have 7 of them. Let's go ahead and bring them in. I just need to figure out. Okay, so let me just do it. Oops. Let me just do it, and then we'll figure out. I feel like I'm kind of learning this all over again. I don't think we want to add those. How do we... Oh, I know. I believe I know. Okay. Yeah, I think what we have to do is... Yeah, I think I know. I think I remember how to do it. Let's just try this. Okay. And then I believe what we do is... No, actually, sorry, that's not it. What I'm going to do is bring the archer in. And then... They changed this. What I'm trying to do is I want a variety of tokens to represent the same character, and I can't quite remember how to do that. So let's just experiment with it. Gross. Not with that white background, though. Okay. I know we can do it this way. But I don't think it will. I think this will link them. So if I change the... Yeah, I'm worried that it will link them. So if I change the health on one, it will change the health on all of them. Let me just see if it works here. We'll just tool around with it. We'll figure it out. AD Ralph, oh, Roll20. I'm gonna watch and try to learn something. Thank you. I feel like I'm relearning it all over myself, Ralph. So let's see. We're going to find out right now if this works as we intend it to or not. Okay. Now, if they're linked, which I think they might be when we do that, if we remove hit points, it will... Yeah, it'll remove it from all of them. So we can't do that. It's going to be generic token. Name goblin or name archer. That's fine. Okay. Oh... So we can do that, and then we can unlink it. Let's see. Yeah, that's the ticket. Okay, 75. And we'll give this guy his hit points back, 75. All right, good. So that's what we can do. Because I wanted a variety of archers. I don't want them all to look the same. What else do we have here? They aren't clone troopers after all. Yeah, that's right. Well, we might only have a variety of two. might only have two different models to choose from, but at least it will give us some variety. So that's good. All right, let's do another one of those over here. Okay, so we can switch it up now. That's good. It's good to know. And these are kind of snipers that are on the roof. Got another one we want to plunk down back here. Because if you assign it to a specific character, it assigns it to that sheet, and every time the stats change on that sheet, it changes it thinks they're all the same character, essentially. So that's why if this person lost like 10 hit points, then they would all lose 10 hit points. So that's why we're running into that issue. I say 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 5, 6. I need 2 more. 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 3 more. Sorry, 3 more. So let's do 1 here. We'll do 2 that are kind of guarding Kestrel. And let's do. I'm gonna put her up here on the corner of this one. And let's put another one right here. Just covering that off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. I wonder if we can. No, we can't group set them. All right. I'll do this. A little bit of setup, but we don't mind. I forgot to unlink this one, I think. Where's that other one? Here we go. This one here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, so we got all of our archers lined up here for the ambush. And we're going to move them also to the GM layer. All right, very nice. Now what we'll do is when we move them back in, we'll just kind of narrate the setting like this. I'll walk them through it. We'll do a very Theater of the Mind style until the ambush is sprung. And when the ambush is sprung, that's when we move into the combat map. And I don't know where the players are going to be. So what I'll do is I'm going to assume they're coming from the sewers, which are to the west. So we're going to bring them in, and we'll just put them here. And it doesn't really matter because then we'll just move them where they actually come from. If they come from the north, that's fine. If they come from the east, that's fine. Rather, the west, rather. So we can move them around, so that's no problem. But the most important thing is we just want to make sure they're on the board. So I come in here to my characters, and characters are created exactly the same way as some of the big bads are. Scarcheck, what's up? Welcome back. You missed... I don't know. What did you miss? Let's see. Well, we've ported... the map that we were working on last Saturday into Roll20, so we brought it in. We created stat blocks for our big bad in this encounter, which is Kestrel right here. And we added all of her minions and these goons who are all stealth and ready to spring the ambush, which is a total of 14 NPCs and 1 boss. So that's going to be really tricky. Like, this is going to be a pretty badass fight. I might wrap up stream tonight, actually, when I'm done with setting this up, gang. I'm not feeling terribly good today, and I think I might need the rest tonight, so I apologize. I hope you'll forgive me, but we might just make it a short one today, and come back strong tomorrow for 2-play, where we'll be continuing with Ghosts of Tsushima, so I'm excited for that. My kind of encounter, Scarshack, yeah, 14 goons and 1 big bad. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty tooth and nail, actually. But they will have some help. So, all right. Let's see. So what I'm gonna do is, because this is a combat map, I'm gonna set this up so that when we switch to this scene, it's gonna automatically play my combat playlist. There we go. All right. So when we move it, it will be like this. Actually, sorry, let me... let's just test this. So when I move the players, it should automatically start to play the combat music. There we go. All right, cool. Nice. Nice. So we can pause that. Awesome. All right. Bring the tunes back. Seamless. Yeah, there are some things that work well in Roll20 work pretty well. I can't complain there. I do have a pro license for Roll20 just because I needed the space, if not only for the sheer storage space alone. But that's it. Our encounter is prepped. We are ready. And yeah, we're all set to go here pretty much. So the next thing beyond that is some storied stuff, but I think I'm going to wait to continue to write that next Wednesday when we come back for D&D, the D&D Mega Prep. Just D&D Game Prep Megastream. D&D Megastream. I don't know what we're calling things anymore. And my head really hurts. I'm not feeling good today, man. So feeling a little poop. I think we're going to wrap it up there. I'm really happy that we got this done, though, because all the stat blocks are completed now. And we're ready to go with this encounter. And this will be a pretty chunky, this is going to be a beefy encounter anyway. So I'm excited for my players to experience this. I think it'll be a really good, visceral, kind of tooth and nail type battle. They are already they're pretty worn down on abilities and skills. So this could potentially be very dangerous for them. And we're going to have to see how they do when the time comes. The last thing we're going to do here, as I mentioned, though, we're going to bring our players in. So let's see. Here we go. Characters. We have Kyraxis. We have Loyalty. Moth. And you can see their health. Like, they're not in great shape here right now. We have Clada. We have Zal, Osiris, and Drajan. They also have Clada the Kenku with them. And I just accidentally put them all in the GM layer. That's all right. Pretty easy to fix. Let's move them to the token layer. There we go. Okay. I don't know what marching order they'll have, but Clada is usually in the front. He's usually leading with... Kyraxis is usually pretty close. Loyalty usually hangs on the flank. Moth is usually somewhere in the center of the pack, as is... Oh, yeah, and then rounding out the back line will be Clara, Drajern, Zol, and Osiris will be here in the middle with Moth, most likely. So there we go. Our party is all set. You can see they don't have a lot of health left. They're pretty hurting right now. And, yeah, this could get ugly. These guys actually don't have 75 hit points each. That's a bit ridiculous. They just... I don't know why they came with that, actually. So we're going to normalize that with some of these because they're not that high level. Like 75, you're talking probably level 5 or challenge rating 5 or 6. With your Roll20 account, do you just all homebrew or have you acquired some D&D content for it? I do everything homebrew. Everything I've ever run on Roll20, I've built from scratch. Yeah, all homebrew for sure. Yeah. Yeah. That's the only way. You know what? I've started published materials. They're okay. The only one that I've really run even close to by the book was Lost Mines of Phandelver. Everything else that I've run, I start using a published material and ultimately I just end up throwing it away and just rewriting it or writing my own things into it. And that's exactly what happened with this one. So that's where we're at with it. I'm much more happy with where it's going. My players are much more happy with it because frankly, I don't mind saying I'm a pretty good writer. I write really great hooks, campaigns, and mysteries, and they all seem to really enjoy that. So I actually tabled that to my group. I said, look, do you guys want to continue with the published adventure, or do you want me to start writing? And the reason I asked them is this was originally like a casual group. We were just kind of like playing. It was like beer league D&D, right? But they all loved it. We had some people come and go, and the core group that stayed in it, just like people had to leave for work things and stuff like that, just scheduling conflicts, nothing crazy or nothing super dramatic. But the core group that stayed were really into it, and they were like, no, like we would love for you to write. I said, okay, because for me to write, to build the adventure, just takes a lot more time, and I want to make sure before I put that level of investment into it that they were ready to also kind of take the game a little bit more seriously. And they were all for it. So they were like, yeah, no, we love it. Like, we're in it. So they really wanted me to start writing the narrative. And that's what I started doing. And it's just been incredible ever since. I always prefer to write my own adventures. The biggest bad in D&D is adult schedules. Exactly. I always say that. The real BBEG is the adult schedule. That's what makes it so hard to pull everyone together. So... But there you have it. That is our combat encounter completely set up in Roll20. Everything here is hidden from view, including the interiors of these buildings. So when our players enter, they won't be able to see anything in these buildings. They'll just see enemies eventually pour out of them. And when Kestrel lures them into this alley, then when they kind of arrive around there, that's when the trap will be sprung. Oh, I forgot. There is also a... They are also escorting a were-rat. Formerly Ingrid, who they've actually cured, but she hasn't quite resumed her human form just yet. All right, and that is it. All set to go for the next session. We got a really nice, great encounter here. This is going to be sort of the climax of this section of the hook, because this is where they're fighting one of the real big bads, like the overarching campaign big bads, one of her chief lieutenants. So I'm excited to see that, my friends. Let's go back to the bar before we wrap it up for tonight. Yes, and that's it. And I love it, guys. I enjoy prepping D&D. I love streaming it as well. We had a bunch of tech issues tonight, but we rolled through, and honestly, I'm just like, I've been fighting this, like, I don't know if it's like exhaustion or if I just got to chill today or not. I'm hoping it's not anything too crazy. I literally have not left the house in more than 2 weeks, so I'm not worried that it's, anything else. I think honestly just the week's catching up with me already, but otherwise a really great Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for joining me, for hanging out today. It was my pleasure to host you. You know my brand of energy, and if I can't, I'm really fighting. So I'm gonna go easy on myself and take the rest of the night off. Okay, boss? If I can call it a night early, I'm gonna do it. I just need a little bit of rest, but I love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out. As always, you know me, it's very rare for me to cut a stream short, that's for sure, because I do get fueled by your presence so much. So, checkmates, until next time, happy gaming, be good to one another, and we'll see you tomorrow night right here. We will be back with Steph and I for Baz and Bigley Gaming at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific time, where we'll continue our playthrough of Ghosts of Tsushima. I'm really excited for that. Andrew, thank you very much for the like. Much appreciate you. Have a great evening, everybody. Rest well. I know I intend to, and we'll see you soon. Bye.